What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stars Insiders podcast. And we're back after a thrilling and a very stressful week 2 of Dallas Cowboys football. We're back with another show. On today's show, I'm obviously going to be going over this week 2 matchup versus the Giants. It was a really interesting game, a game that I didn't think was going to go the way it went. But in today's episode, we'll only be talking about the offense. I'll probably drop an episode within the next day or two, going through the defense, because that's going to be quite a bit of a longer show there, because there was some questionable stuff going on with that defense. But yeah, in today's video, I'll just be going over the offense, everything good we did, and some of the bad things we did that we should fix up. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get straight to it, man. Alrighty, so we're gonna start off with. First, I want to talk about how good Dak Prescott is. I mean, I'm going over the best player this week again. I feel like was again Dak Prescott. I want to go over these stats real quick, and then I'll give my thoughts on how Dak Prescott played this week. Well, Cowboys Dak Prescott amongst all quarterbacks through week 2 via PFF. He is third in passing yards with 549 passing yards. He is second in just an overall grade with the 89.9 grade. He is second in passing grade with the 88.0. He is first in big time throws with 9. He is tied for second with first downs thrown. He is tied for second in his grade with throws under pressure, with an 86.9. I mean, Dak Prescott continues to be really good. I'm so happy to see him being Dak Prescott again after a really rough year last year, after another injury, an injured year for Dak. But Dak Prescott's back, and we're seeing every single bit of Dak Prescott this week. To start off the game, the entire Cowboys offense looked off. Had a couple of just questionable things happen, a bunch of 3-and-outs for the first quarter. I think for the first quarter and a half of football that the Cowboys played, I think it was just a weird game, a weird game from the Cowboys. During that first, from quarter 1 to like halfway through the second quarter, I think from the second half of the second quarter to the end of the game, I think the offense played extremely well. Some questionable stuff from the offensive line, of which I talked about and I knew was going to be a problem, because this Giants defensive line I knew it was really good, and they showed it this week. Now their corners were a thing, not a thing. There were a weakness. There were a very how do I say it? It's just a blinking light in that Giants defense, and honestly, they impressed me as well. The Giants defense impressed me well. We did drop 40 on them, but they played really well. They had CeeDee Lamb bottled up a couple of times. They had George Pickens bottled up a couple of times. They even had Javonte Williams bottled up a couple of times, which I think that was a huge factor of this game. Javonte Williams playing an amazing game. I think he ended up with over 130 yards total from scrimmage, and then he ended up with a touchdown as well. We'll talk about him a little more later on the video, but Javonte Williams had an amazing game. Of course, there was some bad plays, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like 1 or 2 yard gains, and even like some lost yardage on some runs. But apart from those like couple of plays, I feel like Javonte Williams keeps proving himself, keeps showing that he is a great back. He's proved me wrong through these first 2 weeks. I want him to keep doing this throughout the entire season. But Javonte Williams played extremely good football against the New York Giants. And again, we'll talk about him here a little later once I go over some of these clips. CeeDee Lamb continued to have a great game. Of course, he did struggle a little bit. That one pick from Dak Prescott, that was one of the plays that was a little, you know what I'm saying, a little I was a little, I don't know, but he was bagged on that play, and Dak just threw it up. But we'll go over that one play, and then we'll go over a couple plays. But here's I think the first big play of the game that kind of got the offense started, got the offense going here. This is what is this, the second quarter of the football game. Here we got CeeDee Lamb on the right side going against Paulson Adebo, going against Deontay Banks actually, and Dak Prescott just puts that on the money. Dak Prescott continues to put the ball where it needs to be, play in, play out. Dak Prescott, this game, I mean, apart from a couple from the interception and a couple of, I don't even think he had bad throws, just a couple of drop passes and stuff from the guys. But Dak Prescott continues again. I'm gonna keep glazing Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had an extremely good game. Watch this play again. Here we go, Dak Prescott under center. Got pressure in his face there. Chauncey Golston in the corner coming from that left side, and he just delivers the ball right where it needs to be, on the money to CeeDee Lamb. A really good play there from Dak Prescott. A really good play there from CeeDee Lamb to get open. Find a way to get open there from CD. Let me slow it down a little bit just so I can see how good Dak Prescott is against the pressure. How high, I mean, just to show you why he's ranked so high against the pressure. Here he is, a little play action there. There's Chauncey Golston in his face. There's Tyler Newber in his face, and he just finds a way to deliver the ball exactly where it needs to be. CeeDee Lamb getting himself open on that play. Extremely good play. This play, and I think this drive ended up not being a touchdown and ended up just being a field goal there. But a really good play there from CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Alrighty, let's go on to this next play right here. This is later in the second quarter. This is when Dak Prescott started to heat up a good bit. I think this is a touchdown leading drive, if I'm not mistaken, or was it a touchdown leading drive? I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. Yeah, this is that one touchdown to Kevon Turpin, which I'll go over in a little bit. Yeah, this is just Dak Prescott being back to being the seam ball god. I feel like last week, Dak Prescott's play, not Dak Prescott's play, but his accuracy on some of these seam balls were a little iffy. They weren't 100% there, but I feel like he came back this week and just completely balled out here. I think we kind of took advantage of Micah McFadden not being on the field. We really took advantage of I think this is, what's his name, Darius Musau. Him not being a great linebacker, we took advantage of him here in coverage. Here we see it's going to be a seam ball here to Jake Ferguson here on his left side. Watch Dak Prescott just scan the field. Kind of like a fake pitch there. Musau just doesn't really run with Jake Ferguson there. Just easiest play. Just a little pitch and catch from Dak Prescott to Jake Ferguson here. Honestly, protection was actually very solid on this play. And almost watch Tyler Guyton here on this left side. Kind of bagged up Brian Burns right there. Like I was saying earlier, the offensive line honestly played a whole lot better than I thought they would. I thought Dak Prescott was gonna have zero time, like no time at all in the pocket. But he had a decent amount of time. I feel like he had enough time on most plays to get the ball to his receivers. And this is just a play here to show y'all how actually just very decent the pass protection was on this in this game. Let's watch this again. Tyler Booker and Steele there. Great play. I think this is just a great play all around from the guys. This was again later in the fourth quarter. This is that one touchdown drive to Kevontae Turpin. But yeah, let's go on to this next play. Alrighty. So on this next play, this is the touchdown to Kevontae Turpin. This was that one drive where there was just penalties after penalty after penalty for the Dallas Cowboys. And this even on this play there was a penalty. The play before this was that one incomplete pass that there was like 6 flags on the field, and the penalty just offset, and then they just replayed, I think, the down. Here we go. Let's just watch Dak Prescott here. Just watch how accurate he throws the football. First, I really want to watch here just the accuracy of the ball and the throw, and that the very small hole Dak Prescott put the ball in. And then after, I'll rewatch the play and I'll show y'all some of this pass protection. But here we go. Come on to Turpin. Was manned up against Drew Phillips. Just an unfair matchup. I feel like Phillips was getting cooked the entire game by Kevontae Turpin before he got injured. But a really good play here from Turpin. Able to get open. Dak Prescott just puts it on the money. Just watch this, man. Just watch this. Let me see if I can pause it right at the perfect second here. You see that, dude? Just a very, very small hole. Dak Prescott put that in. I mean, man, again, just a great play from Dak. Turpin had a bit of a come out game this game too. If it wasn't for that injury, I feel like Turpin could have had probably about 80 to 100 yards this game. I think before the injury, he was at like 60. I think that was, I'm not sure if it was the third quarter or the little before or a little after the third quarter, where Turpin ended up going out injured. Again, offensive line played a hell of a lot better than I thought they would, even though they did have a couple of plays that were a bit weird, a bit questionable. But O-line played extremely well. I feel like the O-line played really, really well for who they were going up against. This will probably be one of their harder matchups the entire year. Will be against the New York Giants, and I'd probably say against the Packers as well, because they have a really good D-line. But I really can't think of many other defensive lines that will be as good as the Giants. So this is a really good game, you know what I'm saying, to just to show you how our guys will perform against some of the top talent in the NFL. But all right, let's go on to this next play. This is one of those plays where O-line didn't play great, and CeeDee Lamb didn't play great on this play either. Just a combination of everybody not playing their best here. This is the interception thrown from Dak to Andrew Phillips. It was a battle. Phillips versus CeeDee Lamb was a huge battle. I honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like Andrew Phillips low-key won this battle, even though CeeDee Lamb did have 100 yards on these guys still. But I feel like watching CeeDee Lamb against these guys, he didn't have a great game. Not against these guys, against Andrew Phillips. I don't feel like he had a great game. I think he had like 1 or 2 good balls that were against Andrew Phillips, but most of the time Andrew Phillips is doing his thing against CeeDee Lamb, and you'll see, him doing his thing right here on this play. I kind of want to go over here. I'm not sure who this was. I think it might have been Abdul Carter, the one that put the pressure on Dak Prescott here, number 51 right here on the screen. Let's just watch this. But pressure was put in Dak Prescott's face immediately. I think it might have been a combination of just everybody just crashing down on Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott just kind of panicking and just throwing that. Yeah, this was Abdul Carter against BB here, and this the throw to CeeDee Lamb was just never open on this play. The pass was dropped. From the replay that I saw, the pass was dropped. It should not have been an interception. Should have been called back, but it wasn't an interception. But not a great decision here from Dak Prescott. This is one of those very couple of plays that you'll see from Dak Prescott the entire season not being as good against the pressure. But here we see him against Abdul Carter here. Abdul Carter is just too fast. He's too strong for BB here. Abdul Carter just puts pressure in Dak Prescott's face immediately, and it just makes Dak Prescott just make an errant throw there. And again, that was one of the couple of plays where it was a questionable play from everyone really on the field. But yeah, let's go on to this next play. All right, man. This next play, Javonte Williams, like I was talking about earlier, this is a guy that I feel like I'm going to say this every week. Javonte's a guy that has proved me wrong. I mean, at least throughout these first 2 weeks, Javonte Williams has proved me just extremely wrong. A huge reason why is because his offensive line has been really good blocking on the run, but Javonte Williams his balance, his way to just break off tackles, and even his speed. I think a big question of Javonte Williams was if he really has that juice coming off of that ACL. I think it was ACL tear a couple of years ago. I feel like we were kind of questioning if Javonte Williams really had that speed, that burst, and I feel like he showed it on this play. I feel like he's been showing it play after play here with Dallas Cowboys, and I feel like we really do have our guy. Maybe not of the future, but I think we have a really good player in Javonte Williams. Let's watch this play. Honestly, this was just accumulation of really good offensive line play. Terrence Steele blocked really well, and then we're gonna see here Tyler Smith here come around and I think it was block one of these linebackers, just put hands on dudes and just let Javonte Williams do the rest. Let's go through this play real quick. So you're gonna see Tyler Smith come in, put hands on a dude, put him on the ground, and then Javonte Williams is just gonna have open space. Not even open space. The hole was a bit tight there. He had to run through a couple arm tackles, find his way through the hole, and then just find himself in the end zone. And just get himself in the end zone. But here we go. I want you to watch Tyler Smith this play and then kind of look over to Terrence Steele here on this play as well, because I think they had a really good game. Again, they've been playing really good against the run. Not against the run, but run blocking. Of course, again, like I said, Steele, we've known he's a really good run blocker. We've also known he's not the great pass blocker. But let's just watch him here on this play. Terrence Steele comes in, just blocks the dude. He comes in, puts hands on Bobby Okereke, and then just lets Javonte Williams just runs through a bunch of arm tackles and just gets himself in the end zone. I feel like even Tyler Booker came up here. Honestly, just great run blocking from really everyone there. And then again, let's watch Javonte Williams here again. Let me slow this down just so I'll see. Just Javonte Williams being patient here, being powerful, being strong here on this run. Patient, run through a couple arm tackles. Just Giants not able to tackle anybody this game. Really good player from Javonte Williams. And then again, Javonte Williams just continues to prove me wrong. I feel like I continue to prove a bunch of Cowboys fans wrong. And yeah, it's really great to see Javonte Williams and this offense just being able to really run the football. For a really good play here, 30-yard touchdown for Javonte Williams. And yeah, let's go on to this next play. All right, here we go. This is CeeDee Lamb just being CeeDee Lamb. I think this was that one just stupid play from Dak Prescott where he just said, "Fuck you guys, let's play some ball." Yeah, let's watch this play here from Dak Prescott just being elite. This is Dak Prescott just being Dak Prescott, just being elite. Honestly, he's just like, "Fuck you guys, double covered. I don't give a shit." CeeDee Lamb is gonna catch the ball 99% of the time. That's just wide receiver 1 and QB 1 action right there at its fullest. And another really good rep from the offensive line. I feel like Terrence Steele played really well on this, won this rep here against Abdul Carter. And I actually didn't see Tyler Guyton here on this play. Let's watch him real quick. And this is a play. This is a battle here too. Tyler Booker against Dexter Lawrence. So a bunch of really good matchups. I'm gonna first look at Tyler Booker here against Dexter Lawrence. Just watch Tyler Booker just honestly, he stood his ground against these dudes, and even Tyler Guyton right there had a really good rep against Brian Burns. Great, just that's just. I mean, that's the type of shit that really gets me excited right there. Watching these guys play, offensive line playing great on this play. Dak Prescott just being Dak Prescott, just hooping, having a really good game. Just putting the ball where it needs to be. CeeDee Lamb just seeing the ball, getting up, catching the football, making a great play on the ball there. Watch this again. Just watch how just watch this player from Dak Prescott. It's just fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's just fuck y'all. Really good play, double coverage, puts it really only where CeeDee Lamb can get it, right in between both defenders. CeeDee Lamb just goes up. And he's just being CeeDee Lamb right there, man. A really good play from Dak Prescott and a really good catch there from CeeDee Lamb. This makes me so happy, just so excited, to watch these guys play. Cause these are the type of plays that just get me hyped up. But alrighty, let's go on to the next play. This was just a combination of really good blocking here from Terrence Steele, Tyler Booker, even I think Spanford here on this play. This is the touchdown run here to Miles Sanders. All Miles Sanders had to do just grab the ball and just run to the end zone. He didn't really have to do a whole bunch of reading the hole or anything. The hole was right in his face. He just had to see hole, hit hole, and just score. This was a really good play here by the offensive line. I want you to watch Terrence Steele here because he had a really good block here. There's a really good block, and just Miles Sanders has to go in there, walk in there, score a touchdown. Simple as that. Really good play here from everyone. Even Tyler Smith comes in here and lays a good block there. I think that might have been Okereke, or I don't know who that linebacker was, or that edge guy right there was. That was Chauncey Golston. He just lays a good block there, and that just allows Miles Sanders just to pretty much walk in to the end zone for a touchdown. All right, here is where the game started to get really interesting. It was 27-30 with a minute left in the fourth quarter. Cowboys needed to score badly to pretty much just win the game. Of course, we didn't just win the game because of this touchdown. It would have been really cool if we just won the game because of the touchdown, but defense, I'll go over the defense in the next video. But let's watch this play here from Javonte Williams. Again, Javonte shined, had a really good game. I think he almost had 100. I think he needed like 2 or 3 yards for a 100-yard game, which was kind of a bit of a quiet game because I feel like this is a really kind of a sort of a pass-heavy game here from the Cowboys, but they still gave Javonte his touches and they let him do his thing. But let's just watch this play here. This is a bit of a halfback draw here to Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams just makes a cut. There we go. Halfback draw, makes a cut to the outside, and then just jumps over Tyler Nubin for a huge, not a huge game, but a really good gain here in the red zone. Watch this again. Watch Tyler Guyton here. I feel like he lays a really good block here and really just allows Javonte Williams just to take it to the outside. Really good block there from Tyler Guyton. Just jumps over a dude, makes it easy, 13 yards, and a first down. Puts the Cowboys in really good position to score. Let's go on to the next play now. This is the touchdown of George Pickens. This was George Pickens' come-out game. This is sort of a little come-out game. It was still not the craziest game from George Pickens. I think he only had maybe 60 yards, but he did have a touchdown and a really a crucial touchdown here. A really good catch there. I'm not sure how the pass blocking was on this play. I didn't really. I was just too excited just to really watch anybody here, but Dak Prescott. But here we go. Great pass protection, and then just Dak Prescott puts it only where George Pickens can get it. And all George Pickens has to do is just be George Pickens, catch the football, and just score a touchdown. Just a really good play. And just seeing George Pickens finally get involved with the offense just feels so good. Again, George Pickens had a sort of a little come out game. He had a really good end of the game. I feel like fourth quarter overtime, George Pickens just balled out. But a really good player from Dak and George Pickens is being on the same page here. Dak putting it right where it needs to be. We're only where George Pickens can get it, and that's a touchdown for George Pickens. But after this, we all know what happened. Russell Wilson dotting us up again and just throws a touchdown to Malik Neighbors. Let's go on to this next play though. This was this was after the touchdown. This is just to try to end the quarter here. Not to end the quarter, just to end the game here from Dak. Not end the game, to get us into overtime. Damn it! All right, let's just watch this throw here from Dak Prescott. This is Dak Prescott in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott being Dak Prescott, throwing the ball. I think this was one of the. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here. This one play. This is just Dak Prescott throwing the ball with anticipation here to Jake Ferguson, finding his guy here. Like, watch, Jake Ferguson hasn't even got out of his break, and Dak Prescott's already loading up to throw to Jake Ferguson. And just look at this little hole right here where he puts it. Like, Dak Prescott really doesn't give a fuck about anybody here. He just throws it just to Ferguson. Just look at this. Like, he knows Okereke can't get to the football. He knows these safeties blow. They are not going to get to Jake Ferguson there. And just puts it really where it needs to be. And again, Dak Prescott had a better game this week throwing that seam ball. I think he had, honestly, a really good game throwing that seam ball, especially to Jake Ferguson here. And that was a play that got us pretty much in the field goal range. Right after we saw Brandon Aubrey hit that 64-yarder to get us to overtime. Let's get into this next play, though. This was late in overtime after the 3-and-outs and the Donovan Wilson interception. This play right here. This is like I was saying. George Pickens came out in the fourth, in the late fourth and overtime to play. He really came out to play here. This is just an absolute beauty of a throw here from Dak Prescott. I'm pretty sure there was pressure on his face, like right in his face. Just watch this player from Dak Prescott. Just, really good, elite ball placement here from Dak Prescott, and honestly, a great job here from George Pickens to create separation, just to give Dak Prescott a shot here. Watch this play here. Pressure is not immediate. But pressure gets there pretty fast. Abdul Carter again. And then Bobby Okereke blitzing there. And Dak Prescott just throws a dime to George Pickens for 27 yards to get us pretty much into field goal range. I mean, if we wanted to kick it from there, Brandon Aubrey would have probably made it. Watch this again. Guy does a really good job here on this left side. Tyler Smith does a really good job against Dexter Lawrence. I think there's a Schoolmaker here did a really good job against this dude against Thibodeau. Devontae did a really good job of helping Brock Hoffman here against Abdul Carter. And of course, Bobby Okereke is coming down. Dak Prescott still scanning the field, looking for his guy. He sees George Pickens here with Okereke right in his face. Delivers an absolute beauty of a throw here to George Pickens to pretty much seal the game. And this was not the very next play, was it? I don't know if it was the very next play. Let me see. No, this is not the very next play. But pretty much the play right after. Dak Prescott, healthy. He looks amazing. He takes off and pretty much seals the game here for the Dallas Cowboys. The honest I think the Giants did a really good job here of putting pressure on Dak, but Dak is just able to climb up the pocket and get a good couple of yards here. Tyler Guyton gets pretty much beat there. Tyler Smith bags the dude. I think the guy that's putting the most pressure here is Dexter Lawrence and on Brock Hoffman. But Dak is able to escape that. Does a little cut to the right here. He could have probably hit CeeDee Lamb right here, but he says, fuck y'all. I'm running up the field, man. 14-yard rush for Dak Prescott to seal the game. Put Brandon Aubrey. Just give Brandon Aubrey a chip shot field goal. Chip shot of a field goal. And Cowboys win it in overtime. That's going to be the end of this episode. I would have gone over a bit more of the miscues, but I really like this team's resiliency. What is it? No. Resilience. I really love this team's resilience. Just, saying, being down a couple of times in the game, just getting back on the field, putting points on the board. Obviously, the defense just didn't help a whole bunch. This just didn't help the team at all, honestly. But it was a great showing by the offense. I really wouldn't expect much less from this offense. Wouldn't expect much less from Dak Prescott. I have high expectations for pretty much everybody on this team. And I feel like we played a pretty solid game as an offense. I feel like this week as an offense, I'd probably give them like a B+ grade. They played well. I honestly feel like they played well. That CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens tandem is getting better as the weeks go. And next week against the Bears, it could get even more interesting than against the Giants. I feel like, I feel like George Pickens might go for about a buck plus. You know what I'm saying? And CeeDee Lamb, I feel like he's due for a bigger game. I feel like CeeDee Lamb's been not quiet, but he's been quietly getting 100-yard games, just piling up these 100-yard games. But yeah, again, Dak Prescott played amazing. He continues to play at an elite level week after week. Javonte Williams keeps proving me wrong, keeps proving himself, proving how good he really is, proving how great of a runner he is. He's a great pass blocker. He's also really good at catching the football. I think he had like 20 or 30 receiving yards as well in this game. Javonte Williams, extremely aggressive, really good back. And Miles Sanders, honestly, I didn't feel like he had a terrible game. But I still want to see I keep mixing him up. I still really, really want to see Jadon Blue get on the field. And I feel like Jadon Blue and Jadon Blue and Javonte Williams duo could be just deadly. Because just Javonte Williams by himself has been a very good back. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much just been Javonte Williams' backfield. But imagine now mixing in the speed, the burst, the greatness of Jadon Blue with this offense. Something has to be done about these guys. Something has to be done about Miles Sanders and Jalen Tolbert. Because Miles Sanders isn't horrible. Again, he didn't have a terrible game, but I really want to see them give the younger guys a shot. Like Flanoy should be getting more reps. And again, Jadon Blue, maybe he hasn't been the greatest in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? Learning some of these plays or whatever they're saying now with Jadon Blue. But I really want the Cowboys to give these guys a shot. Give Flanoy a shot as the wide receiver 3. Give Jadon Blue a shot as the RB2. And I feel like great things will happen for this offense. But yeah, with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to try to get more. I'm trying to get more into learning the game of football more. Like I said on the first video that I did of the Eagles, I'm still trying to learn really football, like the ins and outs of football. Trying to learn the coverages, what teams are doing, why teams do certain things. I'm still trying to learn more and more. So I hope you guys just stay patient with me, keep watching these videos, learn with me, and yeah. I really do thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a like, drop a sub. And yeah, make sure to go follow the Instagram if you haven't followed it already. On our way to I think we're pretty close to 11,000 now. So on Instagram. So thank you guys for that. I love you guys. God bless you guys, and yeah. And I'll see you guys on the defensive breakdown video. But yeah, God bless each and every single one of y'all boys, and peace.